up, Mix Nutters? It's your boy Marcus, back in our building, and today we are going to be covering a few crazy things. And one of the first ones we're going to be covering is definitely Derrick Jackson, the man in Tennessee that lost his winning lottery ticket in a parking lot, and of course Sophia the robot who actually painted a painting and sold it for like $700K. Coming up next. Alright, so the Derrick Jackson story has been covered quite a bit. And this thing, just in case you're unfamiliar, this dude got relationship advice books and talking about a perfect marriage and what men should do and not having any sympathy for cheating or cheaters. And he immediately cheated on his wife and lied about it, tried to hide it, and then came out and said, he did it or whatever. Which left a lot of ladies that was looking at him for answers confused, a little angry, a little bit of abandonment felt there. But the truth is, man, this dude was a straight up hustler, man. Straight up hustler. I gotta tell you, ladies, if you ever hear a dude saying everything you want to hear all the time, he is lying. Something that he should have rubbed you the wrong way. And that's how you know, at least he's being straight up with it. This dude was just pandering the whole time. Not to mention, if you watch some of his videos, and I advise you to look him up because you see the hypocrisy in it. This dude talking about himself in third person all the time is straight psychopath stuff, bro. Like, that's like me being like, oh, Marcus don't do that because Marcus be on YouTube talking about YouTube stories. Marcus love cookies. It's like, bro, you a weirdo, bro. Then he drug his wife on camera and talk about, how they trying to work through it. I'm like, leave your wife out of it, bro. You did this. You fix it. Don't drag her on social media. She wasn't in the media. You didn't drug her on there. Now they bullying her. Talking about her bonnet or her, the weird hats she be wearing. So she like weird hats. Nobody would have known about it. But nah, you drug her on TV and all up in the social media hype. And you just kind of ruin yourself, man. You know what I mean? Like, look, you made your whole career off of putting down men in general. Making it seem like all dudes are terrible and you were the golden unicorn. And now it turns out you were the worst of us. I'm gonna have to go ahead and pass judgment on this, but you, sir, need a lot of help. And I ain't saying that trying to ride your coattails with everybody else is dogging you, but like, yo, man, you went too hard in the yard on dudes who do stuff just like you did. And now you catching the brunt of it. And you still maintaining that third person talk. Boy, you crazy as hell. You are crazy, son. Derrick Jackson. What a long week this brother's had. Alright, now in other news, a Tennessee man actually found his lost lottery ticket in a parking lot. $1 million lottery ticket in a parking lot that he dropped. What? Now, let me tell you something. I'm gonna get into the story, but before we even get into this story though, seriously, if you win a scratch off or a lottery ticket, go home, secure the ticket. Don't just continue with your life. You just won $1 million. All right, you need to get some cookies, have them delivered. Secure that ticket, sign that ticket so nobody else can cash it. Because if you don't sign it and I find it, it looks like I won $1 million, not you. Now I'm honest, you dropped $5 or something. Hey, you dropped $5. Hey, you dropped your wallet. But if I find me $1 million lottery ticket, you think I'm gonna try to find who dropped it? Hell no. Let's dig into this story. Tennessee man was able to turn his luck around after finding his missing $1 million winning lottery ticket in a parking lot, remaining where he dropped it even on a blustery afternoon. So, Sparta resident Nick Slayton learned on March 11 that he won a drawing with all matching numbers on the ticket worth $1,178,000. The Tennessee Education Lottery said in a statement that he was stunned and just couldn't believe it. He bought the lottery ticket at a local grocery store March 10th after a day of laying tile. Slayton rushed to his fiance's workplace to share the news and continued running errands, including taking his brother to buy a car part, followed by a stop for lunch. Within an hour, Slayton went from the ecstatic to panic when he realized he didn't have the ticket anymore. To make matters worse, if a player loses an unsigned ticket, anyone can claim it, the lottery said. So Slayton immediately began retracing his steps, eventually leading him back to the auto parts store where he saw the ticket laying in the parking lot. It's $1 million ticket, and someone stepped right over it. So this dude realized that he won $1 million and continued to run his Saturday morning errands. Bro, I'm shutting everything down. Get home, sign that ticket, locking it up in a box, and I'm pretty much guarding that ticket until the day I go turn it in, which would be that Monday. I'm staying in the crib and alive. Okay, I mean, what are you doing? I would have told my brother, like, look, I know you need to get that car part, bro, but I just seriously hit the lottery. I will buy you a whole new car. All right, but right now I cannot go to the auto parts store because I just won $1 million and I gotta protect myself and this ticket. Got a fiance, I had to tell her. Of course, I ain't going to the store to tell her. I'm waiting to her. You know, I'm gonna wait to her. I'm gonna wait for her to get home, and then I'm gonna just tell her then. But look, y'all, have some sort of plan. I know it's like highly unlikely for you to win the lottery, but it doesn't hurt to know the rules and have some semblance of a plan. Kind of like a fire drill almost, you know, where you got like a basic plan. Like, you should have a basic plan on what if I win the lottery? What would I do first, and how would I secure myself until I can get those lottery winnings? Just run it in your head, think about it a little bit, because it need to be thought of, bro. Because look at this dude. This dude was like, oh, I'm in shock. Guess I'm gonna just go around being stupid, put this ticket right here in my shirt pocket while it's mad windy. You know, I ain't gonna sign it so nobody else can claim it. I'm just gonna put it right in here and just hopefully it don't fly out. Like, no, don't do that, bro. Like, really think about it, right? You know what I'm saying? Play to win, all right? Have a plan. He should have shut it down right then. That's the kind of news where you shut it down. Now, if you win a little scratch off and you win like $500, that's cool, but you ain't gotta stop your day because of it. You win $1 million, bro. Take a seat. Take a seat, okay? Look at that money. Look at that money. Look at that money. You done won all that money and you gon'... I can't even believe it, bro. Can't even believe it. Look, let me drop it. I'm gonna drop it like it's hot. But I'm just saying, you win the lottery, go home, come up with a plan, stop what you're doing, and come up with that plan first. In other news, you remember Sophia. She's an AI robot built. Now, she's been the most advanced AI system for a long time, actually. But she recently did a self-portrait of her, and it sold for almost $700K, right? $700,000. So people built a robot who then painted itself, and then that sold to real people for $700,000. Now, just to give you an idea how crazy this is. Okay, now, yes, Sophia is the most advanced robot in the world, but I could go buy a robot, aka a printer from Target, and then also print some art off, and it wouldn't sell for $700K because this is basically the same thing. I have no idea what this is about, but anyway, let's dig into it. So, a hand-painted self-portrait of the world-famous humanoid robot Sophia has sold at auction for almost $700,000. Now, the work, which saw Sophia interpret a depiction of her own face was offered as non-fungible token, or NFT, an encrypted digital signature that has revolutionized the art market in recent months. Titled Sophia Installation. Now, the image was created in a collaboration with Andrea Borsetto, an artist and partner, and a blockchain investment firm. So Sophia was developed by the Hong Kong-based firm Hanson Robotics, has garnered worldwide fame for their controversial ability, realistic movements, and complex facial features. Since her activation in 2016, she has appeared on talk shows and spoken at conferences, and was even granted Saudi Arabian citizenship, making her the first robot to have a nationality. Alright, so we got robots on the head. You know, Sophia, her facial movements, definitely look her up, because she says and does some weird stuff sometimes, but facial movements are on point, and I understand where they bring in robotics, and it's going to help all of us seriously with cars and engineering and everything. But this AI stuff, man, not to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but the AI stuff still kind of freaks me out, though, because I mean, look, people are flawed, and if we make something, it's also going to be flawed. And AI could really get out of control. And I'm not just saying that because I love the movie Terminator or I've seen The Matrix or whatever, but like seriously, if we don't put a certain amount of like kill switches / safety policies into this thing, this could be a real problem for us, all right? Because we ain't the smartest, and the machine is instantly smarter than us, you know what I mean? And understands how the world works and is code and calculated. That could be a complete disaster. So all I'm saying is we need to proceed with caution, because this whole AI thing could really freak us out. And look, this AI been alive since 2016, selling art for $700K, right? Just because she a robot. Now, and already got citizenship in Saudi Arabia. This is nuts. This is basically an advanced toaster with its own citizenship and cash flow, and been on talk shows. Hopefully they do the right thing and be responsible with it, but we rarely do with technology. I mean, as soon as we got social media, the whole world got in trouble. I think social media is one of the things responsible for the ramp up in divorces, because it was just like, social media divorced, everybody got divorced immediately. Probably because they were reconnecting with people they should have never reconnected with, because that was a past person in your life. Now you got, now you're moving ahead. You should just stay moving ahead. But no, social media pulls people from back in the past back to you. Terrible, terrible. Alright, Mixing Nuts, that's it for me today. I'm about to make like a baby and head out. If you want to support the channel, go to buymeacoffee.com/mixnuts. And remember, we got new videos coming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And until next time,